All right, guys, with all that down and out of the way, it's time to take a little bit of movie news.
What?
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 All right, you guys, let's jump in with a little bit of movie news, and our first bit of movie news comes to us from Deadline. I'm sure you've heard of the very popular game show Let's Make a Deal. Well, Let's Make a Deal has been on a slight hiatus, as have most game shows, but they are coming back with an all-new format. It's a socially distant format. They are keeping their contestants separated from each other. Normally, the theater holds 175 people, and if you're in the audience, you have a shot at Wayne Brady going around and picking people out of the audience to win some great prizes. Or maybe a zonk. Who knows? You could get zonked. You could get a car. You could win, $25,000. Anything in between, right? So Let's Make a Deal has been on hiatus so they could kind of figure out this new socially distant format so they can keep the show going, but also, keep people safe, because 175 people in one theater jam-packed together, yelling and screaming and high-fiving and sneezing and coughing all each other, maybe not the greatest idea right now. Well, they went ahead and they figured out a great format for the show. They have 12 contestants in the audience, and then they have two giant panels. You can actually kind of see in the screen here. On stage, they have two giant panels made up of nine. How should I explain this? Sorry, I'm not explaining this very well. You have two giant windows on the back screen. Each giant window contains 9 people in the audience for a total of 18 people in the audience, plus your 12 contestants in the studio. I have a very unique perspective on this because, ladies and gentlemen, as it would just so happen, I got to be one of the 18 people in the audience for Let's Make a Deal. That's right. Last week, while I was in Florida, of course, like I've told everybody, I was in Florida visiting my girlfriend's family. And one of the days was one of the filming days that Let's Make a Deal asked if I could be a contestant or a potential contestant on the show. As it turns out, it was just an audience experience. I've signed a few contracts. There are certain things I can and cannot talk about. But, it is a wonderful, wonderful thing that we get to have Mr. Josh Hurley here with us on the show, and we can get Josh's perspective about this. Now, Josh, you're hearing about Let's Make a Deal coming back. I know you're a huge game show fan. When we were living together, we used to watch game shows all the time. We would watch, obviously Let's Make a Deal and The Price is Right and Match Game and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You yourself were a contestant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And, first of all, how do you feel about a more socially distant version of a game show coming back? Do you think it's going to work the way that they plan it's going to work? And as a viewer, does this excite you?
It's a good question. That's really cool that you got to be in the audience for this, or that you got to sort of be a part of this, the new frontier of game showing, I guess. Yeah, like you said, look, we're huge game show fans, so I think it's cool. I think adaptation is the name of the game right now, and if you can adapt, great. And if you can make it work, great. I think game shows are tough because it is sort of an energy sort of thing. That the audiences are a big part of game shows. There's really not any game show that I think has ever existed. Maybe there is, that doesn't have a studio audience. And I think having that energy is important. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. But we've obviously seen with other shows, with late night shows, with talk shows, how they've kind of gotten around that, how they've creatively gotten around that, and they've been able to sort of imbue it with energy, whether it's having staff members and a few people peppered in here and there. So I think I think it could work. I think it's just a matter of, will the audience enjoy the same format? I mean, Let's Make a Deal is a very sort of character-based interaction with the host and then the people who are dressed up in these crazy costumes. So really, I don't know. I don't think it's super as heavily audience related as maybe other shows might be. So I think it could work. And Wayne Brady is obviously a fantastic host and is great improviser, so he knows how to make that work. So I think it'll be fun. Yeah, absolutely. Again, right now, 2020, adapting is the name of the game. So if you can do it, you can survive.
That's true. I think that's a fair observation. Adaptation is the name of the game right now. And, as you say, I was able to be one of the audience members, a potential contestant. Spoiler alert, I was not chosen. But it was interesting to see how the new show is running. And, I'm not giving any secrets away because, as this article from Deadline points out, everyone who is a contestant, or rather, everyone who's in the audience in person in the studio, and like I said, there's only 12, every person in the studio will have a chance to win money or a prize or something like that. And again, as the article points out, one person per episode who is at home will also have an opportunity to play some of the games and to win big money or prizes or something like that. So, like I said, 12 people in the audience, everybody gets a chance to play. One person from the virtual at-home audience gets a chance to play, but only one. You have 18 people up on screen, and only one person gets chosen. So that part, I was like, hey, wait a second, But, that being said, it's an interesting process to see everything behind the scenes. I think it could work pretty well. The first episode is already dropped. I'm not in the first episode. In fact, I'm not entirely sure when the episode that I'm in is going to air. Probably in the fairly near future. The first episode is already dropped on CBS. Go look it up. It's live streaming now. It came out 2 days ago, I think, on October 27th. So, 3 days ago. Today's the 30th. Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, but big question for you guys is, are you excited to see Let's Make a Deal return? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear if you're a game show fan. What's your favorite game show? Are you looking forward to seeing the episode that I'm in? The answer should be yes. Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what Scrooge McDuck would want you to do. DuckTales, woo!